We know that Gordon McKinlay and Ian Francis greatly influenced your horsemanship. What was the best business lesson you learned from them?
Probably the best business lesson I learned from Gordon McKinlay, which served me the best and made me the most money, was I would have been probably about 14 years old. And he said to me, Clinton, he said, there's not enough hours and with your own two hands to get rich. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, there's not enough hours in the day and with your own two hands to get rich. You somehow have to duplicate yourself. Now, if you're some freaky artist that you can do something with your hands that's so rare in the world that nobody else can do, sure, maybe then you can make some money. But that's very, very rare. There's not enough hours in the day and with your own two hands to get rich. You've got to learn to duplicate yourself. So that's where I got the original idea to do the VHS tapes 20 years ago. I could only do so many lessons. I could only do so many clinics, but it was endless how many videotapes I could technically sell. You know what I mean? Now that we have the app is all over the world now. So I have a little over 10,000 members in the No Worries Club. So there can be a lady in Germany that signs up to be a premium member of my club to get all my, now we don't ship out anything, TAC we do, but as far as videos and DVDs and all that, everything's streamed now. So a lady in Germany can sign up to the club on her phone. In less than 2 minutes, I've got her $40 for the month. She's got all my videos, all my journals, all my training information on a phone, on an iPad or computer or her TV in less than 2 minutes, and she's on the other side of the country, other side of the world, sorry. So now that we can stream everything, it's even easier. I could theoretically quadruple my business model and never really have to hire any more employees because it's again, all the material has been made. So I'm duplicating myself without actually having to touch it, okay? So that was the greatest lesson I learned from Gordon, is that if you're in a service business, there's only so much you can touch to get rich. Now, obviously, you can have more employees, which means you can do potentially more work. Yes, you can scale your businesses that way, and a lot of people do. But if you have to touch it to make money from it, you're going to be somewhat limited to how much you can make, okay? The next one from Ian Francis. Ian Francis was really good about billing, meaning that he always used to say, deals don't pay the bank manager. You don't have to overcharge your customers. Like, he was a horse trainer, and Ian could write you a pretty big check. For a horse trainer in Australia, you'd be shocked at the number he could put on a check because he was very frugal with his money. He never got divorced, never got married, which means he never got divorced, never got cut in half 2 or 3 times, never had any kids. You'd be shocked at how much money he's really got because he was very smart with his money. But in billing, he always said, deals don't pay the bank manager. Bill people for what you're doing for them. Because you've got to pay your bills, you've got to pay the mortgage, you've got to pay things. As Gordon McKinlay, as much as I love Gordon, and he had so many good qualities about him, even his wife Enid, she would bitch at Gordon all the time. Gordon was a horrible businessman because he'd always did shit for free. You fix me up later, or we'd train the horse for 3 months and he'd only bill him for 1 month, and you catch me up on the next deal. They never would. So Gordon was a horrible businessman, and his wife Enid used to bitch at him all the time. Why don't you charge people what you're worth? And Gordon was just not good about that. Ian was very good about that. He billed the customers for exactly what he did. If the bill was high and the customers need to cut back from 5 horses and train into 2, that's what he did. They took 3 horses home. Ian didn't say, you can only afford to have 2 horses and train them, but I'll train 5 just because I like you. Ian did it by the book. So that's the way I'd recommend you do it as well. If you can't afford to be in the horse game or have, multiple horses in training, cut it back. But bill people for what you do. I always try to give people more value in what they pay for. Okay, a little bit more, but deals don't pay the bank manager. So they're 2 biggest financial lessons I learned from both men. Obviously, I learned tremendous amount with horses and life lessons and mentorship, but when it comes to money, they're the 2 lessons that I really learned from Ian and Gordon.
Take your horsemanship to the next level. The No Worries Club Premium Membership is your ultimate portal to complete your horse training. You'll have access to Clinton's complete training library, thousands of hours of step-by-step instructional videos. You'll master all aspects of horsemanship, from fundamentals to trick training. You'll have access to our exclusive social network that connects you with thousands of dedicated horsemen from around the world. You'll have the method available wherever you are and accessible through the web, your phone and tablets, or your favorite streaming devices. You'll receive 8 all-new training videos per year and the quarterly No Worries Journal, as well as access to the ever-growing video library, Q&As, performance horse series, blogs, and more. But that's not all. You also get free tickets to walkabout tours and priority access to the latest news coming from Down Under Horsemanship. Not to mention VIP pricing on all of Clinton's must-have training tools. So what are you waiting for? Unlock the ultimate access and jumpstart your training program today.